Hey, San Diego, what can you do in
バカみたい子供なのね。夢を追って傷ついて嘘が下手なくせに笑えない笑顔見せた。 I love you もろくに言わない。口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたの。ダメだね、ダメよ、ダメなのよ。あんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いよ避けても歪まない思い出がバカみたい。バカみたい、ほんとバカね。あんた信じるばかりで強い女のふり、切なさの夜風浴びる。一人になって3年が過ぎ、街並みさえも変わりました。なのにどうして未練だけ置き去り。 Our friends, family,
knock, 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 knock. Hit him up like knock, knock, yeah, who's there? Got the block hot, man, who's scared? So when you talk, no one cares, cause right now I got that. Like knock, knock, who's there? Block hot, who's scared? You talk, who cares? Cause right now I got that. They say we do anything for clout. My ego is stout from getting attention. They wanna know what I'm about and why I'm so proud. What's my dimensions? Cause I'm coming out. What's a new type of shit? Screaming out clout, taking a rip. Naked alone, take it straight to the dome. On my face if you pacing around in your home saying, who that? Brand new girl there, rolling her eyes, twirling her hair, got a new tat. Dick came prepared, wanna move track. Big don't play fair, I do what it takes. Don't you make a mistake if I'm gracious enough to let you get a play. Able like Cain to make you go away. Think that you're rich, but my cash is like clay. Muhammad Ali, sting like a bee. My word is my creed, I got you. So come follow me and you're likely to see a new type of decree. I'm hot glue, not you see-through, Machu Picchu. I teach you, then eat you people. We not equals, good meets evil. When you speak, it's bleak and feeble. Like, knock, knock, yeah, who's there? Got the block hot, man, who's scared? So when you talk, no one cares. Cause right now I got that. Like, knock, knock, who's there? Block hot, who's scared? You talk, who cares? Cause right now I got that. Hit him up like knock, knock, yeah, who's there? Got the block hot, man, who's scared? So when you talk, no one cares. Cause right now I got that. Like knock, knock, who's there? Block hot, who's scared? You talk, who cares? Cause right now I got that. Hit him up like.
So picture if you can a man in rags and he's standing alone. Where? He's in the shadow of a mountain. On top of the snow there's a fountain at the bottom, and it's surrounded in columns of stone. Wow. It's at the front of a much more challenging fork in the road. What? When he was young he never envisioned his life like it is, with a faded image in his hand of his wife and his kids. Cause in the other is a book of the sins he's committed, giving him a look at the decisions he should've but didn't make in his life. And now the piper's taking its price, it's his soul. With all his might he's throwing the piper a damaging blow, reaching for the light cause in his mind he is certain he knows at the other end he'll find his wife in the palace
hit
of
him
gold.
Up like knock, knock, yeah, who's there? Got the block hot, man, who's scared? So when you talk, no one cares. Cause right now I got that. Like knock, knock, who's there? Block hot, who's scared? You talk, who cares? Cause right now I got that. Hit him up like tunnel vision. Right now I got that. Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. Cause right now I got that. Tunnel vision. Like tunnel vision. Cause right now I got that. Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. Cause right now I got that. Hit him up like, take it to the head and I need a couple stitches. In a second the script's been flipped. I'm a type of bitch that'll make you naked with my lashes. Make man trip, I'm so sick with this potion. These hoes feel like roller coasting. I ain't got time for emotions, I'm rolling sweet off that. Poster child of the most divine. Been through the trenches yet maintain a smile. Haven't felt this thing in more than a while. You peddling fouls, it's still as you now. And now I'm moving so elusive, it's smooth. And you like a nuisance, I might sound kind of intrusive. Invite you over, fight the juices, righteous and ruthless. You like my improvements, rather than Polaris guiding your movements. Slightly entice you and leave you with bruises. Retro exclusive, you liking this new shit? Ooh, I make music and I do it real fluidly. In conclusion, I'm trying to make sense of why shit ain't how it used to be. Hit him up like knock, knock, yeah, who's there? Got the block hot, man, who's scared? So when you talk, no one cares. Cause right now I got that. Like knock, knock, who's there? Block hot, who's scared? You you talk, who cares? Cause right now I got that. And I'm up like, knock, knock, yeah, who's there? Got the block hot, man, who's scared? So when you talk, no one cares. Cause right now I got that. Like, knock, knock, who's there? Block hot, who's scared? You talk, who cares? Cause right now I got that. And I'm up like,
KPB.
Shining, we gon' have them jewels shining. Riding with my brothers, you can see we really grinding. Stressing mama out, really hate to see you crying. See the pain in my eyes while my brother died in. Said I do this shit for you, it's the truth. Look up to the sky every time I'm in the booth. Living life every day, I ain't got shit to lose. Now you gone, I'ma make it, I'ma do this shit for you. Hop out of the zone, a young nigga from the mud. Came about the hood, still stay with my gun. Moved about the hood, can't forget where I'm from. Any moment I can lose it, so I do what I want. Ever since a youngin', I've been waiting for this day. Remember walking down the block just trying to get paid. Big homie laced me up, taught me all about the game. We gon' make it out this hood, we gon' make our own way. Watch out for your boys, see who real, who gon' stay. When you down on your ass, niggas show their true face. Jealousy a bitch, close friends start to hate. When your grass gets shorter, you can start to see them snakes. But hey, that's my life. And you was supposed to be my left, and you was supposed to be my right. Then you went ahead and left, man, this shit ain't even right. But I'm still gon' get it, turn this gold into ice. Shining, we gon' have them jewels shining. Riding with my brothers, you can see we really grinding. Stressing mama out, really hate to see you crying. See the pain in my eyes while my brother died in. Said I do this shit for you, it's the truth. Look up to the sky every time I'm in the booth. Living life every day, I ain't got shit to lose. Now you gone, I'ma make it, I'ma do this shit for you.
Fucking with a cannon, I ain't talking about my ride. If the homie say the rider, then I guess I be the driver. Money rule the evil, make the world go round. And then you see me mask up, then it about to go down. Been on a mission, so my vision kinda game tight. Took a loss when they made it back the same night. Fake friends, they gon' burn you for a quick buck. Changing faces, that's the definition, nip tuck. Time will tell you, keep on looking at your wristwatch. Do you dirty for an ounce up in a ziplock? Shake your hands and they try to go and pickpocket. This is more than just hip hop. But hey, that's my life. And if I'm running out of bullets, I'ma fight them with a knife. Certain people say they got you, but I know they're really trying. So I'ma go and load the weight and keep it light.
Shining, we gon' have them jewels shining. Riding with my brothers, you can see we really grinding. Stressing mama out, really hate to see you crying. See the pain in my eyes while my brother died in. Said I do this shit for you, it's the truth. Look up to the sky every time I'm in the booth. Living life every day, I ain't got shit to lose. Now you gone, I'ma make it, I'ma do this shit for you. Shining, we gon' have them jewels shining. Riding with my brothers, you can see we really grinding. Stressing mama out, really hate to see you crying. See the pain in my eyes while my brother died in. Said I do this shit for you, it's the truth. Look up to the sky every time I'm in the booth. Living life every day, I ain't got shit to lose. Now you gone, I'ma make it, I'ma do this shit for you.
Welcome everyone. How's it? Oh, wrong button again.
Hold on. Danny.
Hey everyone, how's it going? It's me, Darius Maybee here, once again playing some Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I figured out how to get around that fucking bug I ran into last time. And I did kind of progress the story a little bit past this point, in case it does glitch out again on me. But I also saved right before and after the TK bot fight. Oh, hang on, just gotta reposition the camera a little bit. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. Alright. I'm gonna start it up here. So this is right after the TK fight. I have that HK piece, right? So yeah, I learned I can't be wearing the Mandalorian armor because it'll always trigger the cutscene or something like that should I have the Mandalorian armor on when I go in here. I don't know why it's linked to that. They basically also say you should never even really use the Mandalorian armor on any of your characters, because it's like, I guess the armor just bugs the game out or something like that. But it's been a few days, so we'll watch this cutscene in a few, just so we can catch back up on it. Even though you've probably already seen it like 90 times.
Lay down your weapons, and you shall not be harmed.
So yeah, I have to,
I will not warn you again. Drop your weapons, or we shall take them from you.
Do as they say. I sense we will come to no harm.
Why is it that everywhere we go,
Okay,
I end
so I
up
did
in a
it right.
cell? I mean, why did they lock us up? What is this place?
Yeah, if you remember
It is a
last
training
time,
ground
they
for
didn't
Jedi.
What? This ice
get
hole?
sent to
Yes.
this prison.
Bears the semblance of an
They were
academy.
staying right in front.
But where are all the students? Curious.
You've got to be joking. What is a Jedi Academy doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
It is a place hidden from the galaxy like the academy on Dantooine. But this place... Oh, Atris, you have been clever.
Atris?
It's none of your concern.
Well, the sooner we're out of here, the better. 2 crazy Jedi are more than enough for me. No one told me we were going to be dumped in a nest of Jedi.
And what is it about this place that causes you such fear?
What do you mean? We're in the middle of a bunch of Jedi. You know how they are.
No, I do not. Not in the way you seem to.
What? What are you doing? Get out of my head!
Stop struggling. Let me follow the current. Deep, deeper to its source.
Stop! Stop! Ah!
Ah, with the fear is mingled guilt. It squirms in you like a worm. And the why? Ah, and there is its heart. You surprise me. I could not feel it before. Your feelings are a powerful shield indeed. Do not worry, Atten. If he is a Jedi, he will forgive. And if he is not, he will not care.
You can't tell him, please. I'm asking you. I don't want him to...
Think less of you. I hardly think that's possible. Still, there is no shame in what you ask. We all wage war with the past, and it leaves its scars. I will not speak of yours, Atten, but there is a price for such things.
What? What price?
There are those who wage war and those who follow them. You are a crude thing, murderer, but you have your uses. You know how important this man we travel with is. Even one such as you can feel it. You will serve him, until I release you.
And if I refuse?
You will not. If you do, then my silence will be broken. And then, Atten, you will be broken. You fear the Jedi, and rightly so. If Atris learns of your choices, you will never leave this place. But whatever fear you hold of the Jedi, know that if you disobey me, that my punishment will make you beg for the death that has long hounded you. Wipe the fear from your mind. You will not find blind obedience a difficult master. You chose it once. You will learn to embrace it again.
I don't know how you became such a manipulative witch, but why a vicious old scowl like yourself would even bother with me is a bigger mystery.
No game of Dajaric can be won without pawns, and this may prove to be a very long game. You are a slippery one. Your thoughts difficult for even one such as I to read. I suspect the self-loathing that squirms within you gives you a curious strength. Your spirit, as diseased as it is, refuses to allow you to give up, no matter what threats you face and whatever wreckage you leave behind you. I feel you have crossed our path for a reason. Perhaps even you, at the right moment, may be able to turn aside disaster. If so, your potential is not yet spent.
Fine. I'll be your pawn. But I still think you've got the wrong man.
Perhaps. But someone has to fly the ship, and the Force is a hard thing to predict. You have crossed our path for a reason. Our path brought us here for a reason. And now I know why. The past is here, and it must be met before the future can be set in motion.
More Jedi speak. Care to explain?
No. I've wasted enough time with you. Sleep, murderer, and be silent. I need no distractions. A critical moment approaches.
I did not expect to see you again after the day of your sentencing. I thought you had taken the exile's path, wandering the galaxy. Yet you have returned. Why?
Looking for my ship so I could leave.
Your ship? Ah, the Ebon Hawk. It is not your ship. Unless you are admitting to the destruction of the Paragus mining facility.
Look, do you have my ship or not?
The Ebon Hawk is here, safe. Its records and navicomputer are being dissected to determine what caused the destruction of the Paragus facility.
Good luck with the navicomputer. You're wasting your time.
We're having some trouble with the navicomputer, but I think with your cooperation, willing or otherwise, that will cease to be an obstacle. If it is your ship, perhaps I should be questioning you as to what happened, and why you destroyed the facility and murdered all the miners stationed there.
All the miners were already dead.
A facility of over 150 personnel, all dead before you arrived. A childish story to mask your crime. And with the facility destroyed, you think there is no way to confirm your story. But I will pry the truth from you, I promise you that.
Destruction of Paragus was an accident.
An accident. Something beyond your control. You have not changed. Acting instead of thinking. Putting yourself before the galaxy, before the Jedi. Do you know what you have done? Without the fuel from Paragus, Citadel Station cannot maintain its orbit. It will crash into the planet and its destruction will echo across 20 other worlds. Telos was a test to see if the Republic could mount a restoration effort on the Outer Rim. When it fails, the Republic will not finance another. The other Rim worlds devastated by the Sith will remain graveyard worlds, devoid of life. And that is the magnitude of your crime. The Sith? What do you mean?
I mean, yeah, I'm getting blamed as a Sith Lord, or a Sith again. I mean, Sith have returned and they're hunting all the Jedi.
You speak truly. You have encountered the Sith. I can feel the scars on you. Tell me, where did you encounter them?
Still came for me on Paragus to kill me.
Paragus? What would they want there? They can't have been looking for you.
Sith believed me to be the last Jedi. They intend to exterminate all Jedi everywhere. I said that weird. They didn't really realize I left the Jedi
If
behind.
you were the best target they could find, the teachings of the dark side blind the Sith indeed. I am the last Jedi, not you. You betrayed our teachings, our beliefs, the very core of the Jedi Order. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon realize their mistake. And if you escaped, they most likely let you go to see if you would lead them here.
Stronger than you think. At least one Sith Lord stands with them, and they fight differently than the Sith from the Jedi Civil War.
Whatever force they can bring to bear, it will matter not. If they face a true Jedi, they shall fall.
That could be pretty questionable. I mean, they locked my buddy's hand off, who was probably about your age.
I will return it to you.
In like
you must
one
leave
go.
here before you place us
Thinking
in
she
jeopardy.
didn't have a lightsaber.
You shall find them north of here, in one of the old irrigation chambers. They have
Yeah,
not
where
been
are my
harmed.
homies?
They are free to leave as well. Take your ship, then. I don't care where you go, just leave this place. Leave Telos.
We shall remove him, mistress.
Yeah,
Come with us.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Are you all right, mistress?
The exile brought up feelings best left forgotten.
Forgive me, mistress, but I must ask. The exile, I've never seen another affect you so strongly. Did you care for him once?
The Jedi have no such attachments. As always, he will do as he wills. And the galaxy, and the feelings of others, can burn for all he cares. The day we judged him, I stood in the chamber and he was so right. He was so certain of it, I doubted myself. He chose Revan over the Jedi, over the Council, over... But now I am tired. I must meditate.
Of course, mistress. I will tell the others you are not to be disturbed. And please, do not exhaust yourself. We can attend to matters here.
Wow, I got light side points that time. Still neutral though.
You are the exile. The one Atris warned us about.
I guess so. I mean, what did she say?
She said, you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself.
Oh, is that what she told you?
That is not all she says. She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts. And she told us why you fell to the dark side.
Why is that?
Atris says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars when you gave in to your lust for battle. Once you tasted war, you could not give it up.
If that were the case, I would have fought in the Jedi Civil War then, don't you think that?
Atris says when the Dark Lord Revan returned to the Republic, you did not march with him because you had fallen so far you could no longer feel the Force.
That's not true, but Atlas is entitled to her
The
opinion.
extent of her expressed feelings toward you. There are variations at times, but all rise from the same foundation.
Express feelings.
Yes, it is difficult sometimes for others to truly speak their heart or listen to it. The words often prove difficult, or they do not come at all.
Saying Atris could be wrong about me.
Without having seen you and Atris fight, I cannot say. Battle is a pure form of expression. It is heart and discipline, reduced to movement and motion.
So if I fought her, I might get the truth out.
Perhaps. It may prove truer than conversing with words. In battle, the words are swept away, giving way to actions. Mercy, sacrifice, anger, fear. These are pure moments of expression. May I ask?
You said she warned about me. What'd she say?
She said, you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself. I honor the face of my mother. It is not something spoken of in the company of others.
Oh,
There's no need to apologize. You were merely remarking on something that you saw. There is no wrong in that. Before you go, Exile, question for you, if I may ask it. You have touched the Force. What does it feel like? Please, I wish to know. I see.
Yeah.
Thank you, Exile. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with me.
No problem.
Why have you
Oh, so you have to actually, like, straight up tell them you want to fight if you want to do that.
Did you find what you came for?
That depends on what you
There was
suppose.
something from your past here, something unresolved. I feel we did not come to this place by chance. You were led here. This woman who resides here, she did something to you once, something that hangs upon you still.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say call her charming.
Whatever her charm, or lack thereof, you must deal with it. Unresolved events from our past can create wounds in the present and the future. And more importantly, they can distract you, weaken you. It could prove fatal against the enemies we face.
Yeah, I've heard enough.
Very
Let's
well.
go.
Let us depart.
You okay?
He's only sleeping. It seems the journey here has fatigued him.
You can sleep on the ship. Let's go.
I am sorry, General. I must have lost consciousness in the crash.
There's nothing to apologize for. You okay?
I'm fine, General. Even power has been restored to my arm. What is this place? Where are we?
Yeah, let's just get on the ship.
Very
We'll talk.
well, General. I will await your arrival.
Well, if it isn't the one who stole the Ebonhawk. Not so smug now, are you, you little thief?
Don't be a fool. Atris stole the ship and the droid.
Says you.
So you've been sitting here relaxing while we've been running all over Telos, eh? Look, I'm just glad I found you. Slow down, I couldn't understand what you're saying. What will she get from you? Let me talk to you there in the ship. You can fill me in later.
Mistress, the last of the handmaidens is not among us.
She has left with the exile.
Left? But why? Her oath.
Her reasons are unknown to me, but I fear she may no longer be trusted. We will save her if we can, but we must let her discover the exile's nature for herself. Some evils must be confronted, and isolation from it would have been no defense.
Well, now that we're off that Dajaric board of a planet, I say we burn sky until we see lines.
What's up? What are you talking about? You downloaded Atris's archives? Nice.
What is the machine saying?
There's a hollow record of the day I was
We
exiled.
seem to have found it.
Do you know why we have called you here?
Came because I chose to come, not because he
As
summoned
Revan
me.
summoned you, so have you come full circle to return to the Jedi.
Why did you defy us? The Jedi are guardians of the peace, and have been for centuries. This call to war undermines all that we have worked for.
Is Revan your master now? Or is it the horror you wrought at Malachor that has caused you to see the truth at last?
I can... wait. We're not there, man. I mean, the
You
Mandalorians.
refuse to hear us. You have shut us out, and so have shut yourself to the galaxy.
You are exiled, and you are a Jedi no longer.
There is one last thing. Your lightsaber. Surrender it to us.
Yeah, go ahead. Here you go. Just gonna make another one. Pieces. Get the fuck out.
Much defiance in that one.
You were correct, Kavar. When he was here, I felt it. It was as if he was not there. More like an echo.
The war has touched the youngest of the Order. Many of them have lost themselves in battle against the Mandalorians.
We have not lost a Jedi this day. You felt it. He has lost himself. He is no Jedi. He walked
Know how many
Revan's
soup bikes I got
path,
hit by?
but he was not strong enough.
I fear it is our teachings that may have led Revan to choose the path he did.
We are not the ones who taught him.
We take responsibility, Atris, not cast blame.
The choice of one was the choice of us all. Revan's teacher intended no harm, and Revan had many teachers since.
Yet they all stem from the same source. Her teachings violated the Jedi Code and lead all who listen to the dark side, as they did the exile.
You are wrong. The dark side is not what I sensed in the exile. Surely the rest of you felt it as well. That emptiness we felt. He has changed.
Whatever that wound was, it was of the dark side. We should not have let him depart. He will simply join Revan again, or perhaps worse.
What would you have done with him, Atris? Be mindful of your feelings. This is not Revan who stood before you. This one walks a different path.
No, although that may come in time. We let him go because we must. Where he travels, he carries his destination with him.
Malachor 5 should have been his grave. You saw it in his walk, and in the Force. It was as if he was already dead.
No, not death. Many battles remain for that one, if what we have seen is true. But the future is a shifting thing, and he cuts like a blade through it.
We should have told him the truth. A Jedi deserves to know.
No good would have come from it, even if what you believe was true. There's still the matter of Revan, and such truths could leave us vulnerable on two fronts.
Perhaps in many years, we will call him before us and explain what happened to him, and how he may be healed. Until then, he must accept his journey.
But he may never discover the truth, and he will never know why we cast him out.
And that is the future we must accept.
Those Jedi sure like their secrets, don't they?
So they all knew what happened to me. They all do. I'll examine it later. What about artifacts? Lightsabers?
Those are Atris's records you have stolen.
What the hell are you doing on our ship?
I have come to join you. I can help you against this threat.
Well, we don't want your help. Or any of your sisters.
It is just me. And I am doing this because Atris believes you will need help.
What the hell? I'll take...
Indeed. But of course, what does one more matter to our journey? I have had enough of this. I will be in my chambers.
Yeah, me too. I'll be in my chambers. But since I don't have any, I guess I'll just go to the cockpit like I always do. If she's coming with us, she gets the cargo hold. Might remind her how fun it is to get locked up.
General.
The cargo hold is enough. I assure you, there is little I need. I will attend to myself.
I mean, I know you're here to spy on me, so...
I will, if you need me. I shall be in the cargo hold.
General, is there a reason you don't carry a lightsaber anymore?
It was kind of taken from me.
That's not your lightsaber anymore. That belonged to someone who served Revan in the wars, not the person you are now. You could build another one, if you wanted to, but you know that.
No, I'm not afraid to build one.
You were, but whatever the reason, you should put it behind you. I know this. A lightsaber is part of who you are. Without it, you're not complete.
How would we start?
I think I can help you out there. I happen to know the parts you need.
I
spent a lot of time around Jedi during the war. None of them would let me take their lightsaber apart, but I did learn about their construction. We need a power cell, emitter matrix, lens and focusing crystal. Though I have to admit the crystal is beyond my means. Never did understand them. Those parts are fairly common, though a Jedi once told me that it's best if your lightsaber reflects you, and if it is constructed of things that identify it as your own. Just bring the parts to me before you get started building it. I'll make sure they're usable. All I'm saying is that you've gone for a long time without a memory wipe. Most droids behave erratically under those circumstances. I know that, but I'm fixing everything else around here, so I may as well take a look at you too. What was that? That's what I'm talking about. That is not normal droid behavior. If it wasn't for me, we'd all be floating in space. I think I can handle a few repairs to your circuits.
Sounds good idea to me.
Now let's get started. You wouldn't guess it from the outside, but it looks like you've been through a lot. I'll bet. I'm all done with you. If anything comes loose, let me know and I'll put it back in place.
Yes?
So what are you doing?
I am training, so that if danger should strike, my body and my reflexes will be prepared. That, and I had forgotten how long hyperspace travel can be. If I do not have something to focus my attention on, I fear my sanity will erode as well.
You teach me some fighting moves?
Training is something reserved for certain caste members of the Echani, but I do not see the harm in instructing you in some basic principles. I do not understand how you and Atris fight, but I will instruct you on how Echani children are raised on warfare.
That seems a good place.
All Ichani fighting principles rely on foundations. If one does not understand the most basic of fighting moves, it is not possible to understand the higher tiers. It is similar to learning the alphabet of a language before being able to use words, then sentences.
Alright.
As a foundation, I will instruct you in our elementary movements. The body itself is the first weapon you must master. It is not something that can be described. Let us duel, you and I, and that shall teach you more than my words can. Use only your hands and feet to strike at me, nothing else, or our combat shall be over. Do not resort to using any items or any force techniques you may possess. Such things will obstruct learning.
Alright. Whatever.
Very well. I shall match my movements to resist your efforts. And do not hold back, or I will hurt you. You fought well indeed. You have caught the principles of the style by watching and anticipating my movements before you go.
Yeah, I was watching
There's
movements
something I must
quite a
know.
bit.
Why did you go back? Face trial.
Not exactly sure.
I do not understand it myself. It was always something I was curious about. To walk to one's own sentence willingly? It is a brave thing. You may ask. I honor the face of my mother. It is not something usually spoken of in the company of others. Yes, that is correct. I feel that I may trust you with such things, so I shall speak of it, if you wish to hear it.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Though my father's blood I share with my sisters, I wear the face of my mother. My father was Usanis, an Ichani general. He left our family to serve in the Mandalorian Wars, but his choice was not because of battle. He went to join my mother, one whose movements and spirit matched his. His only desire was that they fight together, side by side, for as long as there were enemies amassed against them.
So
I never saw her face, and she did not return from the final battle of the war. She died in the battle that shattered Malachor V, and her body was never recovered. My father returned from the Mandalorian Wars, and did not enter battle again. He entered politics, a caste where one's battles are fought through words rather than action.
Happened to him.
He was slain by Revan in the Jedi Civil War. When Revan sought to destabilize the Ichani worlds, Revan succeeded. The fact that our father chose battle is not shameful, but that is not the reason he went to war. He went to war to be with the one he loved, but not the one he had pledged himself to. He was disloyal. I am the mark of that disloyalty. It is said that such things run in the blood, and I have fought long to prove that this is not so. That is why I am different from my sisters. Yet I am pledged to them, and Atris, and I would die before betraying them. I tell you this in trust, and ask that you not speak of it to others. I only wish you to know.
Why tell me?
Because when my father returned from the Mandalorian Wars,
I mean, you kind of
he
just
walked as
sneak
you
up
do
on
now.
here. I mean,
There was
everybody kind of
something
doesn't
wounded
trust you.
inside him. He did not speak of what had happened there, and with us he was silent, changed. When I look upon you, I see in you an answer to a question I have searched for all my life, and that is why I tell you this now. I do not believe you to be the monster Atris made you out to be. I believe your choice was my father's choice, and it was just as difficult.
I mean, do you blame Malachor
Malachor
4?
5 is
I
the
mean,
place
5?
where I lost my mother and my father. But it was their choice to fight the Mandalorians, and to die there, if Malachor was to be their grave. I know it is difficult for others to see why I am here, but it was important that you know one of the reasons. And know that it is not simply duty that I am here, but because I want to be here. I want to fight with you side by side for as long as there are enemies that threaten you. You are a leader. Your stance, your every action proves it.
I'll accept your pledge. Let's stand together then.
You honor me, exile. Together then.